It's Wednesday, June 13th, 2007. There are just 511 days left until the '08 election.
It's noon on the East Coast, 9 a.m. on the West.
I'm Will.
I'm Rob.
And this is Political Lunch. Welcome back to a snark-heavy edition of Political Lunch. Today we're going to do something we normally save for the end of the week, but since we have a very special guest lined up for Friday's program, we thought today would be a good day for 10 in 3. You know how it works, 10 political news stories in 3 minutes.
Now, if you're interested in knowing who that special guest is, you're just going to have to make it through the next 3 minutes. Will, start the clock.
We'll start with some news about Governor Mike Huckabee. He's quickly becoming the GOP candidate who is our favorite source of fodder here at The Lunch. In this month's issue of Marie Claire magazine, Huckabee says he disapproves of miniskirts and other provocative forms of dress.
He doesn't own any, of course, but he might have a thong or two kicking around. Fortunately, we think he's joking, but Wonkette predicts that next time we see him at a public event, he might not be wearing pants.
On Tuesday, Rudy Giuliani decided to one-up Moses by releasing his list of 12 commitments to the American people. The bloggers are eating Rudy alive on this, including this post from the Minnesota Campaign Report.
Number 3, how will interest rates affect the '08 race? Rising rates and a slowing economy would certainly help the Democrats, but the opposite is true for the Republicans.
Now, I can tell you that my level of interest in this story is low, but if you're curious, check out this article written by Robert Samuelson, who is clearly very smart, but not quite smart enough to update his picture that's run by every piece he's written for the last 30 years.
Number 4, CNN YouTube's debate next month will feature questions from you. Go to youtube.com to submit your questions.
Number 5, file this one under just asking for it. Yesterday we received an email from the Edwards campaign with the subject line, "We need your house." Now, if there's any candidate who doesn't need more house, it's John Edwards, who has been the subject of campaign trail criticism for his recently completed 28,000 square foot mansion. What are you doing?
It's house music.
Of course it is.
Number 6, Political Insider reports that 3 of the top candidates would lose their home states if the election were held today.
Mitt Romney gets crushed by Democrats in Massachusetts, John Edwards falls to Republicans in North Carolina, and Rudy Giuliani loses to Democrats in New York.
Now, up is down, down is up. Today, the Washington Times, paper of record for the conservatives in D.C., reports that the McCain '08 bid is losing steam, while the Washington Post ran a headline entitled, "The Selling of McCain 2.0, all about his crafty use of the internet."
People, this is not helpful. Learn your lines and stick with them. Number 8, in the battle to control the worldwide interwebs, the Clinton and Obama campaigns are neck and neck in the race for MySpace friends, with the rest of the Democratic field coming in far behind.
Big surprise for the GOP candidates, Ron Paul is matching Mitt Romney for YouTube views.
Number 9, speaking of YouTube, there are now as many anti-candidate videos as there are pro-candidate videos. Joe Trippi, a top advisor for the Edwards campaign, says that you can combat these negative messages by, quote, flooding the zone.
Nice thought, Joe, but you know, I haven't seen anything like that in response to that hair fluff piece.
And number 10, one final note from cyberspace. Second Life is the massively popular online alternate reality, but only one candidate has established an officially campaign-sanctioned online HQ in Second Life.
Mount Gravel is the headquarters for Mike Gravel.
That's 10 in 3, more or less, and that brings us to the point at which we reveal the identity of our mystery guest for Friday, and frankly, I could not be more excited.
If you guessed Mike Gravel, you're correct. You don't win anything, but you do get to join us on Friday for the former senator from Alaska's chance to sit down and talk with us here in the studio. Now, he's coined some of the most memorable phrases in the Democrats' primary, and we're pretty excited.
Thanks for watching Political Lunch. We'll see you here on Friday.